What's up, boys? So I am playing Pantheon. They have a free weekend coming up this weekend. It starts Saturday morning, Sunday ends Monday morning. If anybody's not got anything going on, wants to check it out, I figured I'd kind of show you what's going on with the game, where they're at. So right now it's in a testing phase. It's in like pre-alpha. So they're testing in waves, which is kind of, they're calling seasons. So basically every 6 weeks is a season. And depending on your pledge level, depends on how much game time you, or like how much testing time you get to test. So like $50 is 1 week every 6 weeks. So every season you get 1 week to test. You get to get in, play, test the new content, new zones. Each season brings like new zones. Or bring a new race to test, possibly new classes. So this game, it's a lot like EverQuest, if any of you played that, where it's very group centric. You can tell I'm in a group right now. Groups are 6. And of course, there's Holy Trinity. There's tank classes, healing classes, DPS classes, but there's also CC classes. So like enchanters, which are very heavy into CC and debuffs and managing extra adds and things like that. But yeah, every class kind of is very distinguishable. They have their own set of abilities and strengths and weaknesses, which is really cool to play. So right now I'm playing Cleric. And you can see I'm going in and I'm doing some melee, but I'm also watching my tank. The UI is very like movable, customizable. You can scale and lock and move everything right now. But the classes are pretty good. So I'm only level 6. I'm doing this group. We're killing skeletons. We're at this like graveyard kind of area. And my gameplay loop on the Cleric is I have a shield, which is really good for shielding the tank. Kind of like WoW, it puts a debuff on them so they can't be shielded for like 10 seconds. It lasts for 20 seconds. I can see it on my UI when I shield them, like here. I'm going to shield this guy. And that red bar is his shield. Green bar is his health. But there's a gameplay loop, so I have mana and readiness, which readiness is kind of like gained from attacking mobs. And I can use that readiness to get mana back every minute. There's kind of like, it's kind of like a melee battle healer. That's Cleric. You know, I can wear chain. I'm in there doing damage, and I'm also healing and shielding. But I have a heal. I have a buff for the party. Kind of like Fort. And yeah, so classes are pretty good. Obviously, you're going to start at level 1. There's a bunch of different classes released right now, but you're going to start with like no gear, and you'll be killing things in the forest. You're looking for like forest goblins. Humanoids drop pieces of loot, as well as they have a chance to drop bags. You have your experience bar. So yeah, it's pretty fleshed out. I think level cap right now is 30. We just had a pop on us, so I'm sure the tank will pick this up. We got a paladin. He's like an optic. You can see he's in like chain gear. Let's see what else. Yeah, so this is your main bar, your main action set. So there's going to be a bunch of abilities, but you can only have this many abilities active at any time. And it's kind of, point of that is to get you to choose like where you're going and what abilities you want to have access to. And then you have a utility bar as well. And then of course you'll have extra action bars for like food and items and stuff. Crafting and professions are in the game. Gatherings in the game. In fact, there's an ore node right there I'll go get right after we kill this guy. Nice thing about this game too is you can have a offensive target and an ally target. So like, even though I'm targeting the skeleton, if I were to cast a heal right now, it's gonna cast it on my ally target. So I can keep the tank targeted for shielding, and then I can also target enemies. Here you go. You can see knights come. So I'm going to put on my torch so we can see a little bit better. Right when night comes, it's kind of hard to see, but it's crazy. The dynamics, your eyes actually, your vision actually starts to get better at night. And I think the moon gets up higher, and so there's more light. Last season, we're in season 2. Last season, nighttime was just like hell. You couldn't see anything. But in this season, they fixed like night lighting, and it's a lot easier. Now this is gloom. Actually, I can't go in there right now because there's skeletons, but there's different affixes and stuff in different like places. There's gonna be like frigid, right, like up in the mountains, where you're really cold unless you have runes and stuff to keep you warm. This is gloom, which is kind of like you can kind of see it's purple over here. which, like, when you go in there, it's very dark and eerie and hard to see and dangerous. I think you take more damage. So, like, the idea is when you find places like this, you want to go in, pull the mobs out, and bring them to your party, to your camp. You can see loot is in. Skeletons and stuff are humanoids, so they drop a lot of good stuff. Weapons and shields and armor. But yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fleshed out. They're really trying not to do any wipes. That way people's progress doesn't get lost. Also, they want people to be high enough level to test the new content. The season brought in Mad Run, which was like, is this spider infested zone with like a world boss and crazy spiders and mechanics and stuff. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So again, free weekend this week. If you want to check it out, then I'm going to put some details in the Discord.